Hey everybody, welcome to the second day in Coffs Harbour. We've seen so many beaches in Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour, etc. And I said, I'm all beached out. Let's go check out some mountains. So these are the mountains in West Coffs Harbour on your way to Ulidarra Natural Reserve. So look it up, Ulidarra National Reserve. And these are the mountains on the way to that reserve. I see some banana trees and orange trees, etc. Okay, so we are going this way. That's what the GPS says. Also in this video I wanted to talk about my expectations while traveling, you know. I've been traveling for like 2 weeks now, not very long, but all my life I've always been like, traveling is the solution to all my problems. Whenever I had a tough time at work or anything, I always deep inside went, this is temporary. When I'm gonna go traveling, my life is gonna be awesome. So eventually 2 months ago, when I quit my job, I was like, now it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make the most of every day, and every day my life is gonna be amazing. But you see, when I said that to myself, I set a lot of expectations out of my day. Now, when you have high expectations, you have a lot of pressure on yourself. And I started feeling the pressure. I couldn't just sit down and watch Netflix or do anything. 1 second. So no public access to forest trails. All trails are gated. Ignore GPS. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, so we walked all the way from the beach, which is over there in the distance. It's like 9 kilometers, I guess. I walked up the hill. I see a car parked there. Okay, that's a private property, and this one says this. Let's just walk. What's the worst that can happen? We'll see. Nothing. We'll be fine. Anyway, going back to what I wanted to say about expectations. I might get killed here, but let me get my point across. See, expectations, when they're high, it's hard to be happy, because you're constantly chasing something, right? And so I couldn't relax. Every time I'm like going to some place, like for example when I went to Melbourne, I was like, I have to do this in 2 days, and I was planning everything out and thinking about what I'm gonna do and all that, and at the end it felt like a chore. And then I sat down and I said, why am I so worked up about this? Then I realized that I have set too much expectations, because for years I've been saying to myself that when I'm gonna go traveling, I'm gonna be happy, and I was forcing myself to be happy, you know, by doing things. And then I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna push myself. I'm just gonna do what I feel like doing. And then the second thing what happened is, whenever I'm going to a new place, for example, when I went to Canberra from Sydney, or to Melbourne from Canberra, all the different places I've been looking up on TripAdvisor and Facebook and all that to tell me where to go. And unconsciously, they were setting expectations for me, what I need to do. Damn, it's a bit of climb. And they were setting expectations for me, that what I need to do for me to go, yeah, you've done well in Melbourne. You've seen all of Melbourne. There you go. So they were like, in Melbourne, there were like 50 things to do. St. Kilda, dolphins, this, that, this. And I was like, man, I don't plan to stay here for so long that I can do all of these. Anyway, I tried to do a few, but then at the end I went, maybe if I did a few more, I would have been happier. But I left Melbourne because there was a lockdown, and not a lockdown, but COVID broke down, like 5-6 cases or something. before the lockdown, I got out. But then after leaving Melbourne, I was like, shit, I should have done more and all that. That's because the TripAdvisor, the Facebook pages set a higher expectation. They're like 50, 60 things to do. How many things did you do? 5, 6? That means you have not done any of Melbourne. I'm like, shit. But then I came, I sat down and I spoke to myself and I said, what do you want to do, dude? And I said, I know I'm doing the East Coast. There are quite a lot of beaches. But I want to maybe not do the beaches. I don't want to do anything maybe some days. Maybe I want to go to the mountains some days. Maybe I want to walk. These premises are under 24-hour security surveillance. Maybe I want to walk in someone's private property and get shot. So the point I wanted to make was, maybe I don't want to do anything. It's what expectations should be what I want to do, not what TripAdvisor or Facebook or any of those things are gonna tell you to do. So I decided that in Coffs Harbour, I'm not gonna look at TripAdvisor or any of the apps. I'm gonna do what I feel like doing. So I went and saw a few beaches. I went to the city, and now I said I want to go to the mountains. I didn't even know that I'm not allowed to be here, but I liked the view, so I walked towards here. But most probably I'll turn back pretty soon. But the point I wanted to make was, I think solo backpackers do this mistake of setting unrealistic expectations, or expectations which are not going to make you happy. And the last thing I wanted to say before I finish this rant is that when I was in Melbourne, there were like 60 things to do, and I just froze. I said, there's so many things to do, I won't be able to cover. I couldn't decide where to start. So there was like a day or two I didn't do anything. I was just like a paralysis. And then I said, let's do one by one, like whatever is close. I started doing them. So the point I'm trying to make is, sometimes if you got too many choices, you go paralyzed as well. And if you have too many choices, whatever choice you make feels like it's the wrong choice. And these choices set your expectations, and these are not the expectations you want to achieve. And eventually you feel sad that you haven't done them. So the best thing to do is to not look at TripAdvisor or take any suggestion from anybody. Just sit down quietly and ask yourself, what do I feel like doing? If it's nothing, don't do anything. If it's coming to the forests or going to the beach or anything, or doing something stupid, do it. It's your vacation, you know. It's your your time to find yourself and all that. And yeah.